The floor supervisor is always cornering and groping Fatima during her shift at work. He says if Fatima ever tells anyone, he will call ICE and help them coordinate an immigration raid at their work site. Fatima speaks with a community advocate to see whether there is any protection against ICE if she does report her supervisor's behavior. The advocate says ICE may indeed respond if her supervisor calls them, and Fatima could be deported even though Fatima may have other legal rights. Fatima never reports even when the groping escalates. Abusers and harassers have always threatened their victims with ICE enforcement, but now advocates do not feel they can advise survivors that such threats are empty. Now, ICE may well respond to reports by abusers and detain and deport victims. The federal government's FAQ webpage makes clear that undocumented victims may be deported if they report abuse. In addition, local law enforcement cooperation with ICE continues to put victims at risk if they call the police, as they may be charged themselves and subsequently deported even if the charges are later dropped. Beginning in 2017, after significant policy changes in immigration, both advocates and law enforcement agencies described sharp declines in reports of sexual and gender-based violence and abuse. Each policy or decision in this video series, taken in isolation, directly harms survivors of sexual and gender-based violence. Woven together, they form an overarching framework of pervasive hostility towards immigrant women, children, and survivors, a group that is already particularly vulnerable to abuse. We know that abusers always rely on their victims' fear of speaking out. It is not an accident that the current administration immigration policies work in concert to amplify survivors' fears and empower abusers.